Hello and welcome back to Jules Math Tools. In our session today, we are solving two-step equation using our addition and division rules. So if you're ready, let's get started. So we are going to be solving a two-step equation using our addition and division rules. And remember that two-step equations just simply means that I'm using two of my one-step equation rules to solve one equation. So let's get started. So we're now going to begin by collecting our like terms together. And remember that we have variables and constants in this equation. And since 5q is my only variable term, I'm going to be leaving my 5q on the left hand side of my equation, and I will be grouping my constants, which is my 10 and 30 together. And to group these terms means I'm going to be moving my 10 from on the left hand side to the right hand side. And since 10 is being subtracted here, that means that it will be added on the right hand side of my equation. So now that I have grouped my 30 and my 10 together, let's simplify the right-hand side of our equation. So let's return 5q back to the equation, and we will be adding 30 plus 10, which will equal to 40. So now that we have simplified our equation by collecting or grouping our like terms, we're now going to move on to our second step, which is division. And remember that when using your division rule, we are always dividing by the coefficient that's with our variable. So in other words, whatever number is usually written with the variable is the number that you will divide both sides of your equation by. So you don't have to guess or wonder what number to use. Remember, it's always the number that's multiplied or that is written with your variable, which for us in this case is going to be 5. So now that we have set up our second step, let's go through our division. So we will be dividing 5 by 5 and also dividing 5 into 5, which would equal to 1. And 5 divided into 5 would equal to 1, which will leave us with just q. And remember that your 1q is the same thing as q, so you don't have to worry about writing the 1. They mean exactly the same thing. So now we're going to be dividing 5 into 40, which will equal to 8. So for this equation, when we solve it, our q is equal to 8. So let's check our answer. So we said that for our equation, q is equal to 8. And to check, I'm just now going to be substituting 8 with q everywhere that it appears in our equation, and we will write everything else back. So remember that our main goal is to make sure that both sides of our equation equal to the exact same thing. So we have 5 times 8, which is equal to 40, and 40 minus 10, as we both know, will equal to 30. And since both sides of our equation are equal, that means that q equals 8 is the correct solution for our equation. So let's try another example. Feel free at this point to pause the video, solve this equation for yourself, and then when you're ready, unpause the video to see if you and I arrived at the both same. And then unpause the video to see if you and I arrived at the exact same answer. So let's begin by collecting our like terms. So I'm going to be returning my 3e back to my equation. I remember that since 16 and 5 are our like terms, we're looking at our 5 in this case because I'm moving that to my 16. And since 5 is being subtracted, that means I will be adding 5 to 16. And now let's simplify the right-hand side of our equation. So when 16 is added to 5, that is equal to 21. So now let's perform our second step. And remember, just like we did before, we will be dividing both sides of the equation by the number that is being multiplied to our variable, which is 3. So both sides will be divided by 3. And now let's simplify. So 3 divides into 3 once, which will leave us with just e. And now we will be dividing 3 into 21, which will equal to 7. So for this equation, our e is equal to 7. Now let's check our solution. So we said that e is equal to 7, so let's replace 7 for e everywhere that appears in our equation. And remember that we are solving to make sure that both sides of our equation equal to the exact same thing. So 3 times 7 is equal to 21. 21 minus 5 is indeed equal to 16. So we have 16 equal to 16, which means that our 7e is the correct solution for our equation. Okay, so there you have it. We just solved the two-step equation using our addition and division rule. And remember to continue practicing. If you have any trouble with solving two-step equation, maybe you just need to review your one-step equation rules. Then when you're ready, come back and attempt answering another two-step equation. But until next time, make sure you get some practice in. Make sure you develop your skills, and then sure enough, you will become a better mathematician. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.